What if there exists a place where the earth rises so dramatically that within a single journey you can move from tropical forests to the highest peaks on the planet? What if there is a land where mountains are not just landscapes, but living symbols of faith, survival, and identity? There are places in the world that are visited, and then there are places that are experienced. Places where every step feels like a transition, not just through geography, but through culture, belief, and time itself. Imagine walking through dense jungles, crossing ancient villages, and then standing face to face with snow-covered giants that touch the sky. Imagine a land where rivers carve through deep valleys, where prayer flags flutter in the wind, and where life continues in harmony with forces far greater than human control. This is Nepal, a country where nearly 75% of the land is covered by mountains, where the terrain rises from lowland plains to the towering peaks of the Himalayas, including the world's highest point, Mount Everest. But Nepal is more than just mountains. It is a place where isolation shaped resilience, where tradition lives alongside change, and where every path, no matter how remote, tells a story. Here, life is not easy. It is defined by altitude, by weather, and by the constant challenge of survival. Yet within that struggle lies a quiet strength, one that has allowed generations to endure, adapt, and thrive. And perhaps that is what makes this land truly unforgettable. Nestled between two of the world's largest nations, Nepal is a landlocked country in South Asia, stretching along the southern slopes of the Himalayas. Despite its relatively small size, it holds one of the most diverse landscapes on Earth, ranging from the fertile plains of the Terai in the south to some of the highest mountains in the north. This dramatic variation in geography has shaped not only the land, but the lives of its people. In the lowlands, agriculture thrives, while in the hills and mountains, communities adapt to steep terrains, isolation, and extreme weather, from bustling towns to remote villages accessible only by foot. Life in Nepal reflects a deep connection with nature. Nepal is also a country of incredible cultural diversity. With dozens of ethnic groups, languages, and traditions, it represents a unique blend of influences from South Asia, and Tibet religion plays a central role in daily life, with Hinduism and Buddhism coexisting, shaping rituals, festivals, and beliefs across the country. Historically, Nepal remained isolated from the outside world for long periods, preserving its traditions and way of life over time. Political changes transformed it from a monarchy into a federal democratic republic, opening it gradually to global influence today. Nepal stands at a crossroads between tradition and modernity, between isolation and connection, while cities continue to grow and opportunities expand. Many rural communities still rely on age-old practices for survival, and it is within this contrast between past and present, isolation and connection, that the true story of Nepal begins. The history of Nepal is deeply layered, shaped by ancient civilizations, powerful kingdoms, and a long period of isolation that preserved its unique identity. Evidence of human settlement dates back thousands of years, with early communities living in fertile valleys and hills. One of the earliest influential periods began with the Kirata dynasty, followed by the Licchavi dynasty, which ruled from around the 4th to the 9th century. During this time, Nepal saw significant development in art, architecture, and governance. The Licchavi period laid the foundation for many cultural and religious traditions that continue even today. Later, the Malla period emerged as a golden age. The Kathmandu Valley flourished, with temples, palaces, and intricate city designs. Trade routes connecting India and Tibet passed through Nepal, bringing wealth and cultural exchange. But internal divisions among the Malla kingdoms eventually weakened their power.
In the 18th century, a major turning point came. When Prithvi Narayan Shah unified the small kingdoms into a single nation. This moment marked the beginning of modern Nepal. A vision not just of power, but of survival. He understood the fragile position of this land and famously described it as a yam between two boulders, caught between two giants. India and China. In the 19th century, power shifted once again. Nepal came under the control of the Rana dynasty, who ruled as hereditary prime ministers while limiting the monarchy. This era brought a kind of stability, but at a cost. Isolation from the outside world and a nation closed in on itself. The geography of Nepal is unlike anywhere else on Earth. A land defined by vertical extremes, where the ground itself seems to rise toward the sky. Within a short distance, the land ascends from just 60 meters above sea level to the summit of Mount Everest at 8,848 meters. A journey from tropical plains to the roof of the world. Nepal is divided into three distinct regions. The Terai in the south, flat, fertile and densely populated, a land where agriculture thrives and life moves with the rhythm of the seasons. Moving north, the landscape begins to rise. The hill region unfolds, with rolling terrain, deep valleys and mid-altitude mountains. Here, traditional settlements cling to the slopes, shaped by generations of adaptation. And beyond that lies the mountain region, home to the towering Himalayas and 8 of the world's 14 highest peaks. This is a land of extremes. Thin air, freezing temperatures, and silence broken only by the wind. Nepal is also a country of rivers, the Koshi, Gandaki, and Karnali, all born in the Himalayas. Flowing southward, they carve deep gorges through the land, sustaining agriculture and powering lives. But beneath this beauty lies constant movement. Nepal sits on the boundary of two massive tectonic plates, the Indian and the Eurasian. Their slow collision continues even today, shaping the mountains and sometimes shaking the ground beneath. Climate here changes with altitude. The south feels subtropical, warm, humid, alive, while the north remains alpine, cold, harsh, unforgiving. And every year the monsoon arrives, bringing life-giving rain and sometimes destruction. In Nepal, geography is not just landscape, it is destiny. It defines how people live, how they travel, and how they survive. High in the Himalayas lies Gosai Kunda, a place where nature and spirituality become one. Situated above 4,300 meters, this alpine lake is more than geography. It is sacred. According to Hindu mythology, Gosai Kunda was created by Lord Shiva, who struck the mountain with his trident to draw water and cool his burning throat after consuming poison. This legend transformed the lake into a place of deep spiritual power. Every year, during Janai Purnima, thousands of pilgrims make the journey, climbing through harsh terrain, driven by faith. They believe that a single dip in its icy waters can cleanse sins and bring liberation. Hidden within the Everest region lies another wonder, the Gokyo Lakes, a series of high-altitude freshwater lakes resting between 4,700 to 5,000 meters, among the highest in the world. Unlike the crowded trails to Everest Base Camp, Gokyo offers something different. Silence, space to breathe, to observe, to truly feel the mountains. The lakes glow in shades of turquoise, set against a backdrop of snow-covered peaks and ancient glaciers. Nearby lies the massive Ngozumpa Glacier, the largest in Nepal, a frozen river of ice, slowly shaping the land. The journey here is long, through remote valleys, across suspension bridges and ever-changing terrain. Each step pulling you deeper into isolation. And then comes the climb to Gokyo-ri, a peak that reveals everything. From its summit, you stand face to face with giants: Everest, Lhotse, Makalu, all visible from a single point. A view few places on Earth can offer. But Gokyo is not only about beauty, it is sacred, respected by both Hindus and Buddhists, adding a spiritual depth to the journey. Here, silence is not empty, it is powerful, a reminder of how small we are and how vast the world truly is. In the far western reaches of Nepal lies a land untouched by time. Dolpo, remote, isolated, and raw. At its heart lies Poksundo Lake, a body of water so deep blue it almost feels unreal. Dolpo is a place where time stands still. Cut off by high mountain passes, it remained hidden from the world for years, preserving a way of life unchanged for generations. Life here is not easy. Communities depend on farming, livestock, and ancient trade routes. Survival is a daily effort. Poksundo Lake rests within Shea Poksundo National Park, one of Nepal's greatest natural treasures. Its striking blue color comes from mineral-rich waters, and yet it holds a mystery. No visible aquatic life, adding to its silence and depth. The journey to Dolpo is not for everyone. Days of trekking through rugged terrain and high-altitude passes. But those who reach it find something rare, a world untouched. Culturally, Dolpo is deeply rooted, with strong Tibetan influences seen in monasteries, language, and daily life. Ancient Buddhist traditions still guide the rhythm of existence. Dolpo is not just remote, it is a world apart, where nature and tradition exist in perfect balance. Traveling to Nepal is not just a journey, it is an experience, a world where nature, culture, and spirituality come together. Few places offer such contrast, from the jungles of the Terai to the peaks of the Himalayas. Landscapes shift dramatically. In a matter of distance, you can trek mountains, explore valleys, or sit beside silent lakes. Every path offering something different. But Nepal is not only about landscapes, it is about culture. Ancient temples, monasteries, historic cities, all reflecting a blend of Hindu and Buddhist traditions. Festivals fill the streets with color, with sound, with devotion, giving life to centuries-old traditions. And then there are the people, living in challenging conditions, yet known for warmth, for hospitality, for resilience. Because here, strength is quiet, and kindness is natural. For adventurers, Nepal is a calling. Treks like Everest Base Camp and the Annapurna Circuit draw thousands every year, offering challenge and reward. But beyond all of this, Nepal gives something deeper: perspective. A reminder that life does not need to be easy to be meaningful. That simplicity can hold strength. And that sometimes the greatest journeys are the ones that change you. Nepal is not just a destination. It is a feeling, a story, an experience that stays with you long after the journey ends. If this journey through Nepal moved you, inspired you, or changed your perspective, then don't let it end here. Subscribe for more stories beyond maps, more places beyond comfort, and more journeys that reveal the world as it truly is. Your next adventure is waiting.